Hello everyone, it's H here for Countertrend Capital, and on today's video we're taking a look at Bitcoin macro, which is another one of those very important ones that I suggest you to take a look at, because this is going to be quite influential to all the altcoins, how Bitcoin is going to be performing, and then rolling over to ETH, mid caps, and then all caps. Now we have seen on some altcoins already hundreds and hundreds of percents of moves, like Rune, for example. Many others, Solana, all kinds of different altcoins are pumping very hard. And on today's video, we're taking a look at bull and the bear scenarios of Bitcoin, what to look for, and yeah, just to give you a general idea what this can look like if everything is going through the roof, and where our aims are at and what kind of levels we are expecting. So without further ado, let's get going, and starting from the lows of December 2018. Before it, there's again multiple different ways of looking at it. I'm not going to go too detailed into those because at the moment we are here at 40k. We had another investment opportunity, not trading opportunity. Well, or you could have just traded. Investment opportunity down the lows. We had so many different ways of trading this as well. I'm not going to be doing this as a video for investing because, again, on higher time frame we are still going to the moon, I hope at some point, but this again trading wise and looking at more of this local macro into 2025 and potentially 2026. So baseline again is that from 2018 we've had a 5-way move complete. I don't think this is a wave 4 anymore, although again we did not overlap with this wave 1 top, which makes it possible to have it as a wave 4. I don't like it based on RSI breaking here, which is again no for me. But yeah, to me this looks better as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the tops. We had divergence on higher time frames. Everything looked very decent up to these tops. Now if we are zooming in a bit, this is going to be giving us the options for the mega bull, or even just the bull scenario, and the bear scenario. Let's go through the bullish one first, and this is what we can see. Again, originally when we were coming down into the lows, this here was a very key area in my opinion, around the 17.5k. Generally we don't have a WXYZ count as a probability, and neither did I have it as a probability here. It's still kind of ugly, but that's how we are going to be having to count it as if we are to have it ending at these lows of 15.5k around the November 2022. Three-way structure looks better on log scale, which we are now at, and arithmetic scale, again, we can't really see the structure proportions that well, so that's why I'm liking to use logarithmic scale here a bit better on the macro moves. Of course, if you're using arithmetic scale, there's a couple of different ways of labeling this. Maybe this is just a WXY in that scenario, and again we are closing on towards that 1-to-1, never getting there, which is why we are again hanging right around basically nowhere. On log scale, again, we don't really tag anything here either. Of course, here as well we only tag the 0.618, but again at that time it is actually closer to this actual 0.618 extension, which is why again I like this a bit better. Now had quite a few different ways of labeling this here, and I have one more that I don't have in the bear scenario, but I'm going to be talking about that as well. One of them is that we have a 5-wave, 3-wave, 5, 3, 5, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overall into the wave 1. We have divergences in here, divergence in there on smaller time frame, and then we have a running flat structure in here. That is not a very typical wave 2. I gotta admit that, and which is why this mega bull scenario is not my favorite. Again, there is a chance that we are creating a 1-2-1-2 scenario, which basically forces us to go long around these areas. Of course, maybe not against the macro. Maybe we are looking for another 1-2 opportunity here on smaller time frames, where we're going to be looking for that trading opportunity to ride if this indeed is a fire wave to the top. If we go beyond the 25k lows here, well, I'm pretty sure that we are pretty much done here with these ideas of this being F5 and also with this being something else than a 1-2-1-2. Now, there's no real point of discussing this as a macro until we actually get to basically all-time highs. Why is that? Again, 1.618 is one of the main targets for wave 3 here, and again, as we have not even pivoted for a lower degree wave 2 here, we can't even predict anything in here as a 1.618. Again, 1.618 already on this, wherever this pivots, is going to be closing on in the all-time highs, which is going to be offering some resistance for sure. People taking profits, and then price is going to be stagnating there, potentially even just reversing for a bit for a potential wave 4 here. But again, we have not created any structure for that wave 2 yet, so we're just going to be patient for and if this structure is going to be happening. So again, medium time frame, I'm seeing some kind of pullback for a wave 2 sooner rather than later. There could be a couple more highs into that 40k, 42k max. Well, it could be even going a bit further, but yeah, that is, we are currently in very high of a resistance area. This area here, basically, which started from 33k all the way to 48k, a massive area for sure. The best scenario can be labeled in a similar situation or similar way. I don't like this as a fire wave. I've seen some people label that as a fire wave, where this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of forced in my opinion, but I kind of like it as a WXY set better. The only difference between those are the expectation for the last leg down. If we are labeling the subwave structures inside here similar to that mega bull scenario, we would have this as a wave A, looking for wave B and then C. Again, as we saw on this bullish scenario, we are getting to the 0.618 extension, which allows us to already have a potential ABC to be completed. Again, if we are pulling it from here, in here, we are right at that 0.618, and also on arithmetic scale, we are closing on towards that 1-to-1 extension. If we are looking at the retracement, we have gone beyond the 0.382 and now closing on towards that 1-to-1 extension. Not the best area. 42 to 40.8k is that where the extensions are and retracements are for this one. And on log scale, we are right at the golden pocket right now, which is very interesting and very kind of important place for this whole structure. This should be actually the extension. This should be the retrace. Okay, there we go. But that is one way of labeling this, and I'm expecting again the similar situation. If this indeed is part of this ABC structure, we should be seeing a reversal here, and if this indeed breaks these lows here around that 25k ish, then this whole thing is over and we are coming down lower, and at that point most likely we are getting a continuation of this previous structure. Again, at this point I've labeled this as WXY. If this retraces more than 90% of this whole move into here around, well, let's say further than 50k, then we can be talking about an ABC, where we are expecting a 5 wave here instead of a 3 wave like we have in the WXY. So that's the only difference there. If we again retrace in and retrace back downwards, that's again an if. Another way of labeling this, similar WXY set into these lows. Let me just label it in. is having this structure from the November 2022 lows labeled a bit differently. This can be definitely labeled in different ways, where this could be already a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my preferred method because, again, this being a wave 4 is kind of deep. If we are looking at the retracements here, we can see that we are getting right into the 0.5, which is, again, a possibility, but it's kind of large. If we are looking at this on a regular scale, we are almost at the golden pocket, which is very, very rare. Don't really suggest you to think that it is very common to do that, but that is definitely one way. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, structurally at least it looks way better. We have that divergence here, similar to what we would be expecting in that flat structure. However, again, nothing is broken here, so I do like the idea that this would be a 3-way structure, a 5-way of something. On top of that, again, this would be bringing this whole count most likely into a minor degree, where this would be a 5-wave of a new start, potentially this. Now, how this differentiates itself basically from the other bear scenario is that we have this as a 3-way structure. Just based on how much we retraced for the wave X here, it's possible that wave Y again is not yet even close to be done. At that point again, we would have this as a 5-way structure, looking for a retracement like we have it on the bullish case, like we have it on the bearish case. But on this scenario, we would be just again climbing up in 5 in here to create that 3-way structure into that wave Y. Again, multiple different ways of looking at this, and on some exchanges, the reason why I'm labeling a low here and not in here, as this would be a start of an impulse, because on some exchanges we have taken out this low. There is a possibility where you could be starting this X wave here and where you have this as your structure, and this would be some kind of wave 3. However, on some exchanges we have again broken this low, which does not allow that, of course, on Elliott wave. So that is why I'm liking this kind of structure a bit more for this WXY case. And overall, again, this would be obviously, let's put these guys in the right labels. This would be a WXY overall, where this would be another ABC structure as a expectation, right? Now, what can we learn from this whole thing? Here we are expecting a pullback on the bearish scenario. This bearish scenario is saying that it could be done, or if we extend up higher, we could be looking for a retracement then. At this point, we are creating divergences here, which is allowing us to look for a pullback. Again, we are expecting downside on that. Mega bull option. Once this 5-wave as well is finished, looking for that pullback. On a couple of these, the bear 2, where we are expecting that 5-wave, a 3-wave up, we are expecting that pullback and then this bullish move. So we are liking this area to be a long opportunity, similar to this bullish option where we are expecting this to be a wave 2. So at this point, both of those counts are saying that we would have a pullback and then a move to the upside. The only one that differentiates from that is this bear option, where we would be taking out these lows and continuing already to the downside. And these 3 are the ones that I'm currently watching as the most likely scenarios. For sure, there are way more than these as the options overall, but I think these are the ones that I'm most interested in and which seems the most probable to me at this very point, at least. I'm going to be making an update video on this one once everything settles down, once we can break some key structures, and once we can start to create clearer structure wherever this price action is willing to go. If you're interested in learning more about Elliott wave, you can be checking us out on the Discord. and checking out the Signal service there as well for trading. And if you're interested in getting smaller fees in exchanges, check out the links in the description for BingX and bigger. That's going to do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed and got something out of it. That's all for now. See you on the next video again. Bye bye.